Good morning, all. In last lecture, we have seen some examples of the property, that is multiplication by t raised to n property. So let us see some extra examples of this property. So again, we can see the property is multiplication by t raised to n property. That is the Laplace transform of t raised to n ft equal to minus 1 raised to n nth derivative of Laplace of ft. That is, to apply this property, if in the given example the function is like, or the term is like, product of two or three functions in which one of these two or three terms, the t term should be present in that example, so that we can use multiplication by t raised to n property. So in that property there are three steps. First step is, whatever the function which is multiplied to t raised to n or t term, that function we have to take, or that function we have to select as ft. That is, first find ft, then find its Laplace transform, and whatever the answer of that Laplace transform, put that answer in this property, that is in this value Laplace of ft. Then take that answer's derivative, and nth derivative means if the tth power is the value of n. So if the tth power is n, then we have to take n times derivative of that Laplace of ft answer with multiplication of this term, that is minus 1 raised to n, and n is your power of t, which is in given example. So in this example, t sine hyperbolic 80. So sine hyperbolic 80 is multiplied to t, hence your ft is sine hyperbolic 80. This example we have seen in last lecture. Then t square sine 2t. Sine 2t is multiplied to t square, hence sine 2t is your ft. So let us see the next example. Find Laplace transform of t square e raised to minus 2t. That is, e raised to minus 2t is multiplied to t term, that is t square term, hence e raised to minus 2t is your ft. Then this is your first step, that is uh, uh, this is your ft value. The next step is find its Laplace of ft. So find Laplace of e raised to minus 2t by using the standard Laplace transform formula. Which formula? E raised to at or e raised to minus at Laplace. So e raised to minus at Laplace is 1 upon s plus a. So instead of a, we have asked 2 here. So e raised to minus at Laplace is 1 upon s plus a. So e raised to minus 2t Laplace is 1 upon s plus 2. Here a value is 2. You can compare these two terms. So e raised to minus at, e raised to minus 2t. So we get a value as 2. So put that a value here, we get 1 upon s plus 2, that is Laplace transform of 1 upon s plus 2. This is the Laplace transform of e raised to minus 2t. Then this is your answer of Laplace transform of e raised to minus 2t, or Laplace of ft. Then next step is, put this value of Laplace of ft, that is 1 upon s plus 2, in this property, that is Laplace of ft, we get here. So Laplace of ft is 1 upon s plus 2. So putting 1 upon s plus 2 here, and then minus 1 raised to n, we have to take these two terms, that is minus 1 raised to n and nth derivative. So minus 1 raised to n, first we have to find n value. N value means whatever the t raised to power, that value or that power is your n value. So in this, t square term is present. So if we compare this t raised to n with t square, so we get n equal to 2. So put n equal to 2 here. So minus 1 square d square by d square, that is take second derivative of Laplace of ft. So minus 1 square d square by d square of Laplace of ft, and Laplace of ft is 1 upon s plus 2. Put this value here. Then simplify and take 2 times derivative of this 1 upon s plus 2. So minus 1 square is 1. Then 2 times derivative that is we can't directly get the second derivative. We have to take the derivative one by one. So first take the first derivative, and whatever the answer we get, then take the next derivative of that answer. We get the second derivative of the original function. So d by ds first derivative remains as it is, and one derivative we have to take here. So this is your first derivative, that is 1 upon s plus 2 derivative is minus 1 upon s plus 2 bracket square. So for this, for taking the first derivative of this 1 upon s plus 2, we use the formula 1 upon x. So 1 upon x derivative is minus 1 upon x square. So we have x variable in 12th standard formulae, but in this s is variable. So if we write 1 upon s, then its derivative is minus 1 upon s square. But we don't ask the 1 by s derivative, we asked 1 upon s plus 2, that is instead of s variable we have asked the other term, that is s plus 2. Instead of s there is s plus 2 bracket or s plus 2 term. So for this we can use bracket formulae. If we ask the, instead of s, if we ask the other term, that is we asked here in this example, instead of s we asked s plus 2 in denominator, hence we have to use the bracketed formula. So bracket formula is 1 upon bracket derivative is minus 1 upon bracket square, instead of s put bracket or b value. So minus 1 upon b square or bracket square into derivative of bracket or derivative of b. So here b value is s plus 2. So put this b value in this, we get minus 1 upon b square, that is minus 1 upon s plus 2. This is your b value. Minus 1 upon b square, that is s plus 2 bracket square, into derivative of b, that is derivative of b. B value is s plus 2. In denominator there is a b, and in this example denominator is s plus 2. Hence b value is s plus 2. So here derivative of s plus 2. So derivative of s plus 2 is, s is your variable. So variable derivative, single variable is there. So for which we use the formula x derivative is 1. Hence s derivative is again 1 because s is again variable. So s derivative is 1 and 2 derivative is 0. So 1 plus 0 becomes 1. So into 1 you can write, or you need not to write here. So again minus, take outside this notation, minus d by ds of 1 upon s plus 2 bracket square. Again second derivative is remaining. So take the second derivative of, or again take the derivative of 1 upon s plus 2 bracket square. So here 1 upon s plus 2 bracket square, this bracket we have to take in numerator. So if we take this bracket in numerator, so we get, in numerator we get s plus 2 bracket raised to, in denominator the power is positive, so in numerator it becomes negative, that is s plus 2 raised to minus 2. In numerator we get s plus 2 raised to minus 2, and for this its derivative we have to take by using bracketed formula. For bracketed formula, the original formula is x raised to minus 2 derivative. X raised to minus 2 derivative is, we have to use x raised to n derivative. X raised to n derivative is nx raised to n minus 1. So x raised to minus 2 derivative is, put n equal to minus 2 here. So minus 2 x raised to minus 2 minus 1. Minus 2 x raised to minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. Here n value is minus 2. So original formula is x raised to n derivative, nx raised to n minus 1. We applied for x raised to minus 2, that is minus 2 x raised to minus 3, or minus 2 by x cube. We take this x raised to minus 3 in denominator. So minus 3 power becomes plus 3, that is positive. So variable raised to minus 2 derivative is minus 2 by x cube. But instead of x, if we take s, there is no any change because single variable, that is variable raised to minus 2. So in formula there is x, and in this example the variable is s. So if we take s raised to minus 2, again same derivative we have, that is s raised to minus 2 derivative is, by this formula, minus 2 upon s cube. But we don't ask s raised to minus 2, we ask s plus 2 bracket raised to minus 2. That is, instead of s, we asked s plus 2. So that we have to use the bracket formula. So bracket formula is s, if s raised to minus 2 derivative is minus 2 upon s cube, then instead of s, we put bracket here. So bracket raised to minus 2, bracket raised to minus 2 formula is minus 2 upon, instead of s, take bracket. So bracket cube, minus 2 upon bracket cube. But this formula are composite formula, that is a bracketed formula. So we have to take this common term in multiplicative form, that is into derivative of bracket. So here original formula is x raised to n, then apply for x raised to minus 2, apply for the other variable s raised to minus 2, but instead of s, we asked the bracket, hence we are using here bracketed formula. So for bracketed formula, in derivative of this bracket, this is a common term. Always in every formula, this common term is always in the multiplication form. So this is your this is the difference between the original formula, that is variable formula, and bracketed formula. So here we have to use bracketed formula for derivative. So bracket raised to minus 2 derivative is minus 2 upon bracket cube. This minus sign is your original minus sign. Then bracket raised to minus 2 derivative is minus 2 upon bracket cube, minus 2 upon bracket cube. Bracket is your s plus 2 into derivative of bracket, that is derivative of b. Bracket is s plus 2. So s plus 2 derivative is 1. S derivative is 1 and 2 derivative is 0. So into 1. So this becomes 4 minus minus plus 4 upon s plus 2 bracket cube. The next example is Laplace of t square e raised to minus at sine hyperbolic at. So in this example, this product term e raised to minus at into sine hyperbolic at, this term is multiplied to t square. Hence this collective term, that is e raised to minus at into sine hyperbolic at, this is your ft. In previous example, you can see e raised to minus 2t is multiplied to t square, hence e raised to minus 2t is your ft. In this example, there are 3 terms in multiplicative form. So whatever the term which is multiplied to t term, so e raised to minus at into sine hyperbolic at, this 2 terms are multiplied to t square, hence these 2 terms collectively is your ft value. So this is your first step in multiplication of t raised to n property, that is find ft value, then take its Laplace transform, and then whatever the answer of Laplace transform of ft, we have to put here and take the nth derivative with minus 1 raised to n in multiplicative form. So here t square is there, and in formula there is a t raised to n, hence n value is 2. In this example, n value is 2. So if we put this n value here, so minus 1 square d square by dA square, that is we have to take second derivative, second time or 2 times derivative of Laplace of ft. So we got n value from t square, in this example from t square. Here t raised to n and we asked t square. So by comparing t raised to n and t square, we get n equal to 2. So if we put 2 here, so minus 1 square is 1, and we have to take 2 times derivative of Laplace of ft. So remaining term is we have to find the ft value and then its Laplace transform and put the answer of this Laplace of ft in this property. So what is the value of ft? Ft is your e raised to minus at sine hyperbolic at. So how to find Laplace of e raised to minus at sine hyperbolic at? By using shifting property. So in this example, in previous example, we have applied only one property. In some example, we applied shifting property only, or in some example, we have applied multiplication by t raised to n property or division by t property. But in this example, we can there are 2 options to solve this example, that is there are 2 properties which we have to apply in in this example. So there are two options. One option is whatever the term which is multiplied to t square, that is your ft. By the theory, first find ft, then Laplace of ft, and Laplace of ft answer we have to put in that property formula. So this is your first option. Or as these three terms are in multiplication form, t square is multiplied to e raised to minus at, e raised to minus at is multiplied to sine hyperbolic at. So the order is not specific. You can interchange this order. That is, you can take e raised to minus 80 outside this, or you take e raised to minus 80 first at the first, and then t square, and then sine hyperbolic 80. Why we are doing this? Because in this, if we take together t square into sine hyperbolic 80 and then e raised to minus 80 first, so this product and this product is same. So in multiplication, the sequences doesn't matter. You can interchange these three terms anywhere. So I take e raised to minus 80 at the first position, then t square, and then sine hyperbolic 80. Because